What happens when you have an incredible season and everyone thinks you're going to pick up a bunch of trophies, but you end up being Arsenal? Well, lads, today we're going to be taking on the Arsenal squad and rebuilding them because in this previous Premier League season that just finished, we have them on 89 points, 2 points behind Manchester City, and with the lack of any trophy to show really at the end of the season. Even Manchester United picked up the FA Cup, and Arsenal is going out of this incredible season where they played some unbelievable football with nothing to show. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, in 10 years time, when people look back, they will remember Ten Hag winning the FA Cup, but they won't be remembering Arsenal coming in second. And I'm not just saying that because I want to talk badly about Arsenal, because I'm a Liverpool fan and all that stuff. I can openly state Arsenal played much better than Liverpool this season. They were so good. Some of their talent stepped up to a level where I think they can now be considered world class. And today, we still have a job to do. So we will be taking on this Arsenal squad, trying to win multiple trophies. The goal is to win 10 trophies during this rebuild, and most importantly, finish, if we can, with the treble. I want the FA Cup, the Premier League, and of course, also the Champions League.
I like the sound of that.
Let's start by analyzing the squad. In my last rebuild of Arsenal, I actually did get rid of Kai Havertz because I personally don't really believe in his strengths, but right now in the Euros, he's up top for Germany. And for, of course, Arsenal, he managed to get 7 assists and 13 goals. 20 goal contributions from a man that really flopped at Chelsea, and now he is showcasing abilities that seem to be good enough for him to hold on to that spot. Now, the big question is, Arsenal fans, do you think he should actually remain in that striking position, or do you want someone else to come in and play striker so that Havertz can drop a little bit deeper in behind the striker where he usually used to play at Leverkusen? And at that time, when he was at Leverkusen, bro, I thought he was the next big thing. So going away from him, we obviously have Saka, who has done really well for Arsenal in this season. He has been a massive player for them as always, but at the end of the day, his 16 goals and 9 assists didn't really help Arsenal to any trophy. But still, in my opinion, he has now gotten to a level where he can be considered world class. And the same goes for Odegaard, the captain of this squad. What a story he has had. What a career he has had, going to Real Madrid at such a young age and then being loaned out to multiple teams. I still remember him in that Heerenveen kit with the hearts on it. It just, yeah, it's a lovely career that we were all able to follow. And obviously, the biggest signing of them all is Declan Rice. I mean, his ability to hold down that midfield and also, most importantly, this season, progress with the ball has been immense. The man has 8 assists and 7 goals for himself. He was brought in as the 6 for this team. People were expecting him to just shut down the defense and help out there. But the way he has stepped up, moving the ball forward now, has caused question marks in the England setup as well. Is he someone that should be a lone 6? Or should he be someone that actually carries the ball forward and gets involved with the attacking, and someone else should be doing all that defensive work? And that's going to be an interesting thing to see. If you guys are an Arsenal fan, please let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Arsenal should be going ahead and bringing in a proper 6, someone that only defends, so that Declan Rice and Odegaard can be the 2 midfielders moving the ball forward? Or how do you think Arsenal should set up next season? Then we obviously have to talk about Trossard, the man, the beast off the bench. He has been doing really well for Arsenal on many occasions. I'm impressed with what he has been able to pull off, but at the same time, I didn't see it. Ben White as a right back, I really didn't see it. But this season, man, he has been performing exceptionally well. In my opinion, he has probably been the best right back. I mean, specifically due to the reason that Trent hasn't been fit throughout the entire season. The way that Ben White has been playing has been so impressive. And then Saliba and Gabriel, what a partnership alongside Raya. Such a strong defense. They have been amazing to watch. They only conceded 29 goals this season, and that is such an important thing when you have the defense figured out like Arsenal did this season. Just being able to focus on the attacking play just makes such a difference for a team. They can take risks in the attack and in midfield, knowing that there's such a strong defense here holding things down. So let's move into the transfer market, see what type of moves we should be making with this squad. And do we keep Havertz up top, or are we going to be dropping him into that 10?
Gee, I don't know.
By the way, lads, there is a list on social media of Arsenal letting players go. These are the 22 that they will let go, including the likes of El Neni and such, and Cedric Soares. So just so you know, I will let go of every single one on that list. The top scorer of La Liga, Artem Dovbyk, is actually being linked to Arsenal, and that is the perfect player. I'm telling you right now, Arsenal fans, listen up. I know you probably don't know much about Dovbyk. I watched him the entire season at Girona. I watched at least 15 matches this season in full length, and I can tell you this. The reason why Artem Dovbyk might be the perfect player for you is because Girona play extremely well down the wings. Savio and Tsigankov, one on each side. They get past people and they look for Dovbyk in the middle. He is that target man that Arsenal could utilize in order to get the best out of Bukayo Saka and also Martinelli or Trossard, whoever plays down those wings. Even the fullbacks could benefit massively from having someone up there who is as tall, as physically strong, and as clinical as Dovbyk is. Now, I understand Gyökeres is probably the one that most people would like to have from Sporting. He has been unbelievable, but Dovbyk has done it in a bigger league. He has done it in La Liga. He is the top scorer ahead of anyone in La Liga, which is impressive enough. And he doesn't come in as a youngster. He comes in as a 26-year-old player, a man that many people paid absolutely no attention to until Girona picked him up, including myself, by the way. So he now comes into this team as a striker that can be the target man, being supported by the likes of Havertz, by Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka. He will bring that physicality into the Arsenal attack that they might have been lacking, because as much as Havertz is a tall player, he's 6'4", he's actually kind of atrocious in the air, in my opinion. So for that reason, having someone like Dovbyk up there, who comes in now at 6'2", I truly believe he's taller than that. But anyways, he comes in tall enough and he will get that done in the air. He will score goals for fun for this Arsenal side. I'm saying it right now. Atletico Madrid desperately trying to buy him at the moment. It looks like Arsenal needs to swoop in. In the world of left backs and even right backs, there aren't that many left to purchase, and this is one of the next big ones. Hartman, Kilinci Hartman from Feyenoord could be ideal, and according to the Telegraph, Arsenal are preparing to enter the race to sign Dutch left back Kilinci Hartman from Feyenoord. And I can tell you right now, yes, the boy, just like with Girona, has watched tons of Feyenoord games, probably 25 plus in this previous season, and he's a beast. He is so good moving forward, and even defensively, he is not that bad. I mean, he's not one of those typical new age left backs that only focuses on offensive game, but he does have that in his locker. So keep that in mind. Defensively, obviously, there's still room to improve, but the good thing is he's 6 foot tall, so he's not a small man being pushed around, so that's a good one. And Arsenal, I do believe, do need something new in that left-back position. Now, they obviously do have the likes of Zinchenko, and Tierney is coming back from his loan deal at Real Sociedad. It looks like they will actually look for a solution to move him on once again, but Hartman, for me, could be the future of this back line. And because the rest of these guys do so well defensively, I think you can risk bringing in someone like Hartman, who does really well moving forward. And that left-hand side of Arsenal has obviously not been as good as the right-hand side. So this would bring in a little bit more threat down that left. And with that being said, I think we are ready to go for the next season, for this season. And Havertz, this time you will actually survive in my Arsenal side. Can you believe it?
I don't believe it.
Oh, and yes, as you might have noticed, your boy finally has curtains, and he has an amazing chair to sit on. I mean, this thing looks sick. Look at this. It's from Asus. They make like PC parts and stuff. I don't know why these guys make chairs, but it's a really good one. Title number 1 secured. Take a look at that. 83 points, right ahead of Liverpool. And Arsenal has done it. So that is the way it could be looking if you bring in a top striker and a very talented left back. Now, going through this, obviously, we need to check out some other trophies as well. Oh, Community Shield. Now, even though I could count the Community Shield, I don't think I will. Only the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, Premier League title, and the Champions League or other European competitions count. This one I will not count towards it. FA Cup, we didn't really make it too far. As you can see, we lost in the round 6 against Aston Villa. In the Carabao Cup, we also didn't win. So the only trophy that we're getting is going to be the Premier League title because we lost against Inter in the Champions League semi-final. But it already shows us that there's a lot of strength in this team. The fact that they could get into the Champions League final is huge. And looking at the squad now, we see very good players and Raya unhappy because freaking Ramsdale has been playing. What? Oh boy, that was not supposed to happen, you know? That really was not supposed to happen. Hartmann has gone up to an 82 though, which is huge. Saliba and Gabriel becoming world class at that stage. I think Saliba already is. Gabriel is close to it, I would say. But yeah, Ben White up to an 84. Declan Rice and Odegaard holding down that midfield. Havertz moving forward with the ball. And Saka 90 rated at this stage. I want to see how many goals Dovbyk scored for us. 26 and 9 for Saka. 24 and 7 for Dovbyk. There we go. And then Martinelli steps up as well. For me, I always thought that Martinelli was a more impressive player than Saka up until, I would say, this season. Hopefully, Martinelli can actually showcase his abilities moving forward again and be a lot more consistent and get a lot more goal involvements. But for the first season, we got only one trophy. I have officially decided to move on from Eddie Nketiah. Even though I think he's decent, I feel like we need something new here at Arsenal as a backup striker. It's Raul Garcia. A very talented player, apparently, and I've seen that he has scored a couple of goals this season as well, but not necessarily the most hyped player, I would say, but still, he comes in at a 77 rating and he brings in the height of 6'4". And that is the main reason as to why I wanted to bring him in, because Dovbyk obviously being physically imposing, I wanted his replacement, if he ever gets injured, to be another player that can actually mimic the way he plays. And for that reason, I felt like Raul Garcia was going to be a very good option for us here, because he's also not that big of a talent for him to be unhappy about sitting on the bench at Arsenal. I think he'll happily take this one. This young lad walking into the team has been very impressive for Crystal Palace. Adam Wharton, who was called up to the England national team as well, is now becoming a part of Arsenal. This guy is class. Watch out for him in the upcoming seasons. Even this year, he was amazing. But I truly feel like there is a very special player in him. The way he receives the ball deep into the pitch, like into the defensive areas of his side, and it is instantly capable of twisting and turning and finding his way into a great pass down the wings, down the center, whatever. All of that I feel like would work really well in this Arsenal side, considering Jorginho is 32. So Jorginho at some point obviously will go. Not yet this season. We'll keep him as a backup. Sambi Lokonga also returning from Crystal Palace can be a backup for that midfield. But for me personally, Wharton would be such an amazing signing. And I'm sure plenty of Premier League clubs are going to be trying to sign him this summer. The team after season 2 is amazing. Dovbyk 88, Havertz 87, Saka 92, Martinelli 90. And that's the thing with Arsenal, man. Look, at the start of this video, obviously I'm not necessarily talking too positively about Arsenal, because having such a strong squad and still coming out with absolutely no trophy in your hands, at the end of the day, it will be a season to forget. But the numbers that they put up, the performances that they pulled off, all of that was incredible. But yeah, here we are. You can see it. It only takes us 2 seasons to see these guys get to these incredible ratings, and which makes them such a strong side straight away. And if you just think about, like, if Arsenal get 1 or 2 or 3 new pieces in this summer, what's going to happen? Like, if they are able to hold on to all of their players, which they probably will be able to do so. I haven't heard any of their players really being linked to like Real Madrid or something. could be dangerous next year for Manchester City. But then again, we'll see what happens with Manchester City. 115 charges, and they're suing off the Premier League. Like, it's madness. We'll see all of that. But yeah, this team looks solid. Wharton gone up to an 81. I love that. We also have Timber on an 85 rating now. He is such a good player. Such a shame we can't put him into the starting 11. And then Kivior is there. And then we also obviously have Sambi Lokonga and Jorginho, who have been helping out as backups. But as you can see by the background, we are in the Champions League final against Juventus, coming in with Milik and Keane. But then they have De Paul and Upamecano added into this side, and Hakimi. Can we win this? Is that gonna be our first big European trophy? Arsenal has done it. Dovbyk scores in the 85th, and in the 30th minute, it is Martinelli stepping up. Guys, we have done it. The biggest title of them has been won, but the reason why I didn't step in is obviously we want to try and win 10 trophies, and I actually want to see how sick this team can get even if we move so far into the future, because we want to win the treble in one of these seasons. And talking about that, take a look at the Premier League table. We have 85 points, coming in second behind Liverpool this time around. In the FA Cup, we are nowhere to be seen. In the Carabao Cup, we are nowhere to be seen. So clearly, apart from the European season, we were not good enough. So we have to step up once more and do better. Only 2 titles so far. Oh, and this season, Martinelli dominated. 33 and 15 for the Brazilian. He has stepped up. Some very good news for Arsenal. I did have Smith Rowe and Vieira out on loan. They have now returned to the club. Smith Rowe becoming a very good backup for the wings. Vieira can also play down the wings, but he comes in mainly as the backup to Kai Havertz, strengthening our squad once again, and that bench really looks good, and that's what you need. You need to be like Manchester City, where you can bring amazing players off the bench and change the way a game is going. Someone needs to explain to me how the hell I'm playing against Plymouth in an FA Cup final. I mean, I'm loving it. I love the fact that that's the team we're coming up against here at the end of the season, but what the hell? How did you make it through? GG's though. I mean, we're going to quick sim this and auto replace a bunch of players who are not available, and we do win with Timber, Havertz and Martinelli scoring. Obviously, that was needed. So far, we have 3 trophies now, with this one being 1-2. I need to check other things though. As you can tell, the Champions League final is coming up as well. So we have won it once. Can we win it again with Arsenal? Let's step into it right now and see how things will go. We need to just move forward a couple of days, and it's going to be AS Roma, former team of Mourinho, who now moved over to Fener. I genuinely cannot wait for him to actually be coaching that team. I'm going to be watching a bunch of games. It's going to be fun. It's going to be madness, especially the derby. But off we go against AS Roma. Can we make it 2 trophies this season with Arsenal? They're coming in with a strong side, but I believe ours is one of the strongest in world football. So Bukayo back from injury, and we do score twice with Dovbyk, making it 2 trophies just this season, a total of 4. 6 to go. Unless we have won anything else this season. We need to take a look into the standings, and it is 3 trophies this year. So that takes us to 5 in total. The treble has been won, and even the Carabao Cup. We have basically won anything that you could win this season. Mate, that is incredible. And also the Super Cup. All right. Well, this one I will actually count. I think this one kind of matters. Europa League winner against Champions League winner. I think it matters. So for that reason, how many freaking trophies have I won now? So Premier League 1, FA Cup 2, Carabao Cup 3. Then we have the Super Cup making it 4. And then we have the freaking Champions League making it 5 trophies this season alone, taking us from 2 trophies to 7 in total, which I mean, I don't know if I'll ever be able to top this season, but honestly, whatever we have done with this Arsenal team so far seems to be working out really well, especially with these lads coming back from their loan deals and helping us out. I think that makes a big difference. You need that consistency off the bench, and Bukayo Saka and Dovbyk and Martinelli, the front three is incredible. But that's why you get Hartman, a left back that gets you 8 goals and 5 assists. Very impressive. Odegaard coming in with 16 assists for himself. Kai Havertz needs to step up his numbers, but it's all good. He's only 26 and still getting to that 88 rating. The Arsenal rebuild is going really well, and potentially next season it could all be over unless we actually start failing miserably. Things are going quite well over here at Arsenal as we do get past our opponents in every single competition to step up against Inter and hopefully beat them. And yes, we do. It is the chance to win it all. We have Liverpool in the FA Cup, and then after that, we have Champions League final. We have a Champions League final against Manchester City. Okay, league table. If we are actually in first place, that means we'll be able to go ahead and possibly win the treble. So here it is. Premier League, first place, 10-point gap to Manchester City. Let's go. Arsenal has done it. Community Shield, yep, easy. Emirates FA Cup finalists. And then, of course, Carabao Cup, we failed. Where did we fail? Oh, wow. Seems like we failed somewhere quite early. Very interesting to see. That is, yeah. Oh, City kicked us out on penalties. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But there is a chance to pick up 3 trophies this season, and that's down to having this ridiculous team. This squad is the reason as to why we have gotten to this place. I mean, Arsenal, again, you have some unbelievable players. It will come down to just adding the 1 or 2 missing last pieces, and I'm telling you, Dovbyk is the one. Gyökeres or Dovbyk, one of the two, Arsenal should be buying this season. I'm not even for Osimhen. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think Osimhen is the one for Arsenal. I think someone like Dovbyk would make a lot more sense. Looking at how they played at Girona, this would make so much sense for me. But yeah, Saka coming in with 28 and 15. Martinelli doing exceptionally well. Odegaard 21 and 16. What a season. Kai Havertz, buddy, 5 and 7. Come on, man. It is disappointing to see that Kai Havertz hasn't been performing that well, but that's the Liverpool squad. Çalhanoğlu, McAllister, Morton. Okay, Kivior has left us to join Liverpool. I didn't even realize that. Let's go ahead and see if our team beats them, and they should. How does it go? It's a 2-1 victory in the FA Cup, which makes it 2 trophies for this season, which in turn means we can now go to the Champions League final and try and win it all. Lads, it's about to happen. That will be our 10th trophy if we do pull this off. Congratulations to this squad for making it happen. But let's take a look at the squad of City. Berardi. Okay. Haaland, Foden, Kovacic, Perrone, Echeverri. Then you have Guardiola, Konate, Tomori. That's a pairing there. And Diakite, who is an exciting player to watch for sure. And Ederson still in goal. Now, the one player that scares me here is Berardi. I don't know what he's going to be capable of here. I don't think I've played against him yet in a Champions League final. But let's get that 10th trophy.
Let's do this.
As we go into this Champions League final, I actually want to know from you guys, what do you think should I put on that freaking wall back there? There's some space that I can work with. I'm going to be buying some LED lights to make this room look even better. But for now, here we go. Arsenal, you have all the pieces to be successful already. You just needed to grab a few trophies, and this could be the 10th. I love the fact that Dovbyk has his shirt tucked in. That is a sign of a top player. Oh, no. Oh, what the hell just happened? Nice one, Haaland. Well done, buddy. Well done. 1-0 to Manchester City. And this is the battle that we wanted, right? At the end of the day, it will come down to Arsenal beating the likes of Liverpool, but most importantly, the likes of Manchester City. That is the team that Arsenal only needed to beat in order to grab that trophy, and they weren't able to, really. So let's see if they can do it here. We're down 1-0. A comeback is needed. Now it's the time to show your character. Off we go. Kilinci Hartman. Show me what you got. Yes. Lovely ball into Martinelli. Martinelli cuts inside. Dovbyk! That's what the Ukrainian striker does. He just finishes the easiest of chances straight away. No playing around. He will put it into the back of the net and he will move on to the next one. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now too. Dovbyk, thank you. Martinelli, Hartman, great build up. Here we go. Level again. Nice steal. Saka, please. Let's go. Nice. Kai Havertz. Dovbyk, make a run for me. Watch this. Oh, that's a beautiful pass from Kai Havertz. And again. And he just makes it look so freaking easy, man. Just a simple shot into the bottom left corner. The power of the tucked-in shirt. João Neves is trying to bring it back. And Dovbyk has now done the exact same thing. Guardiola is desperate to stop that man. But I don't think he'll be able to. Oh, Phil Foden plays a great ball into Haaland. And yet again... Oh! How did he not score that? I thought it was going to be a repeat of their first goal. A deflection of the goalkeeper or defense, and then they go ahead and score, but they were not able to. What a miss. Let's see if we can find the big man. He's waiting for this one. Dovbyk, I see you. That is Gabriel, though. Martinelli hits it. What a strike! Are you kidding me? On a half volley from outside the box. Gabriel Martinelli shows his worth to this Arsenal squad. Expected goal 0.00. Lads, that is an impossible goal that Martinelli has just scored. This team, this Arsenal side, is too strong. Nice. We love to see it. Oh, referee. Disgraceful behavior. But it's okay because Ben freaking White is through. And he doesn't love football, but he does love getting assists. And Martinelli apparently doesn't want to touch the ball. That's cool. He's on the floor. It's what we love to see. Yes. Off we go with Bukayo Saka. This could not be in a rebuild of Arsenal without Bukayo Saka scoring, I wanted to say. But it's fine. It's fine. He's going to be happy with lifting the trophy. 4-1 it is. Manchester City torn apart by Arsenal. Is this going to happen next season? I don't know. If they get the right decisions in the transfer market, very possible. But at the end of the day, it was enough to lift 10 trophies. Lads, we have done an incredible job here at Arsenal. And I think Arteta deserves respect for this season still. Even though they didn't lift any trophy, at the end of the day, he's building something. And this season specifically will mean a lot if they go on to win trophies next season. If they don't, then question marks will arise, I would say, because this strong of a team should be capable of lifting at least one trophy. I know there are ridiculous teams in the Premier League. It's very competitive, but I do believe Arsenal do have the second strongest squad at the moment. And they should have won something, man. They really should have. But, lads, we have done it so that they don't have to anymore. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Take care and peace.